Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome back to another premiere. Yes, flying again, this time on a couple of legs, starting off here in London Heathrow, and in an hour and a half or so, landing at Lyon-Saint Exupéry. So, flight time today, about an hour and 8 minutes like I say. A few legs today, so starting off in Lyon, where tomorrow we'll then catch... So fly British Airways to Lyon, we'll then catch a Tunisia 737-600 flight from Lyon to Zarzis. Spend a couple of hours at Zarzis, then connect with a Tunisia Express ATR flight up to Tunis. And then spend a couple of days in Tunis, 3 nights in Tunis, and then fly back to London Gatwick with Navigraph on A320. So 3 new airlines on... just one new aircraft in the six. I've been on ATR before, I've been on A320s before, but tomorrow, the big leg, we'll be flying from Lyon to Djerba in the 737-600, which I'm very excited for. 736, smallest of the 737 family, NG family. Again, one day I'll have to catch a 732, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. Yeah, so there's a few legs coming up. Going to North Africa, never been out of Europe before. Quite a few exciting parts of the strip. But first of all, we need to get to our connection, which will be now London to Lyon, and then tomorrow connecting onto the Tunis Air flight. So yeah, jump cockpit, set the aircraft up, and prepare ourselves for our trip. As always, if you guys are new to the channel and don't know what these premieres are, essentially, whenever you see a premiere on the channel, it means I'm flying in the real world. And so instead of normally tracking me on, say, the IVAO WebEye, what you can now do is track me on Flight Radar 24. There'll be small differences in regards to the real world flights and this flight and kind of how it all exactly fits one another, but the plan is to make it as close as possible to the real world flights and see if I can get things all matched up. So yeah, jump to cockpit, shall we? And let's prepare ourselves a flight. It's 10 AM. I presume this aircraft would have made annoying flights already, but for the sake of getting all set up, we shall start in cold and dark. So standard low panel procedure, get all that activated. No need fuel pumps yet, so the aircraft fuels up. You will pop down to the tablet. Hope the frame rate picks up a little bit. As you guys know, I've already had a few difficulties with the Heathrow scenery. Depends on the aircraft as well. I mean, the FlyByWire A32NX, fair enough, is a very systems-heavy aircraft, so it does require a bit more oomph from the GPU. But actually, no, it's mainly the VRAM that needs a bit of kicking. 8 gigs, not enough in the 3080. Great graphics card, but just not enough. 5818, so I'll say 5850 for fueling. Do that, jump down to the FMGC, clear that, initialization, fly from Echo Golf Lima Lima to Lima Foxtrot Lima Lima. We'll put our flight number in, which is Speedbird 41 Yankee. We'll align the IRS. For the options pop up. There we go. Take your time there. Cost next today. So cost next today is going to be 43. Cruising altitude of flight's level. Really? Okay, 270 apparently. That's what the flight plan says. Yeah, we're almost definitely going to climb up to high level climb because fair enough. It's only what? To depart at 09. To depart at 10:20. We arrive at 10:26. Yeah, it's only looking around 20 minutes of their time today, if that. Zero fuel weight is going to be 59.4, 59.5, 646. Center gravity today 21.6. Now block fuel 5.8. Come to the FCD menu, do the @CAC, do a weather request. While that's sending, we'll do our weight and balance. Request the weight and balance from SimBrief. 155 passenger aboard today, not a very full flight, but it'll be done automatically. Start the boarding process. And then print out the weather sheet for that at hand for us. That'll do. well, since we've got passengers boarding, might as well do the same with PACX. So start a flight from London to Lyon, BA360, 27,000, 1 hour 50 on the clock. Departure in approximately, departing at 20 past, or a bit, well, stay a bit behind. We're departing in 16 minutes, supposedly. A320, 145 passengers, that should be A320 Neo, 145. The aircraft has got Wi-Fi, doesn't have any sustainment. It's only be nice and empty apart from a single passenger here who's, it changed. Fair enough. Right, no boarding music. We have got a safe briefing for British Airways. We'll be using that. Yes, snacks. No meal. Customs card. Again, technically required because we're flying into the European Union, which then there is no customs card. Yeah, I think we'll just leave it at that, I think, for now. Let's say I've decided my mind. If it's kind of like an intra-European flight, we're not going to use customs cards because technically we don't really have them. Right, so passengers boarding. Back down to you. Plug my waypoints and go from there, starting with Maxit. Maxit, we fly the Yankee 803. I forget, make sure I've also got Volanta up and running. Do be in the background, I think. There we go, yeah. Ooh. Just cancel that because it's got a nice little jump there from the last Luton, Luton. Golf Whiskey recently. Right, that's our flight plan there, cool. So Yankee 803 to Midhurst. Uniform Lima 612. To Argulo. It's direct to Akasi. Direct to Keka. Direct to Okepi. And direct to Mo. And that's our flight plan is complete. Leave also in place for the sake of the start. 3 passengers, and then let us go through the performance as well as the ATIS weather and departure instructions. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On board is British Airways flight 360 from London Heathrow to Lyon. We welcome you on board flight today. So far, looking good with clear skies on departure and a few clouds reported. Tell a lie, clear skies on arrival as well. 15 degrees in Lyon at the moment. Give an update on the weather as we head towards the destination, but once again, thanks for British Airways. Any questions, if you're also coming through on board, sit back, relax, and enjoy your flights. So yeah, got no clouds reported in London. Clouds visibility okay in Lyon. Just clear skies all around today. Clear skies all around. Right, so let's listen to the ATIS on departure.
Winds 160 on 6 degrees Celsius. At 3 knots. Altimeter 1026. Visibility 10 kilometers. Dew point 10 degrees Celsius. Variable 120 to 190. Winds 160.
Well, that's our ATIS information. Like I say, it's only reiterating what we've got on paper, but it's pretty much clear skies, variable winds at very light speeds. Absolutely nothing for us to really worry about on this occasion. Since we're up, so Echo Golf Lima departure London Heathrow Airport, runway 27 right, dry conditions, anti-ice to be off, takeoff weight in tons is 65, takeoff config, center rev story, forward, flex takeoff, climb thrust sets, config 1 flats, air conditioning on. There we go, so we'll crack into our takeoff. So, flex 68, V1 rotates V2 14 right, Throttle reduction at 1,758, green dot at 215. My departure, just letting runway 27 right. 27 left. 27 right at the moment. There's no ATC at the moment, so I'll be using the Nikon for departure. This will be on the Maxit 1 Foxtrot departure. Insert that. Insert that. And head to performance. Alright, it's 148. 148, 148. Flaps 1, flex temp 68. Transition altitude at 6,000 feet. And thrust reduction 1078. 1078. So that's our performance setup. Aircraft's pretty much ready to go now. Get the fuel pumps on, seatbelts on, and APU starts. On the way here, an opportunity for us to get the vehicle set up, so stand 536 right now. Yeah, our charts up for departure. Going to need the taxi charts Heathrow, the approach, SID charts, that's one Foxtrot, and our, that's it really. This is in taxiways. So in terms of taxi, we're pushing facing north, continue around Bravo. So get all types of, so Bravo onto Lima, and holding Alpha 4. Runway is 27 right. Passing on max at 1 Foxtrot. Transition at 6,000. Cool, that's all set. APU is available, APU lead set. Ignition starts, external power comes off. Increase the brightness of our displays. So all we're waiting for now are the last few passengers to board the aircraft, and as soon as they're on board, we are good to go. I think we're mostly there now. Seated, not seated, but they're on board. Okay, there's only 3 passengers left aboard, so yeah, we'll be gone any second now.
We're ready to go when you are.
Cabin crew, there's no ATC at the moment, so I set our altitude to cruising altitude again. 270, most likely gonna, well, most definitely gonna level out to maybe 3335 instead. Yeah, that's about it really. Passengers boarded on the APU. Going to push back when needed. We'll do the pre-plan of our pushback, so we need to get the aircraft facing north. Yeah, quite a long little pushback here for us today. Cool, that'll do. So quick check the IVAO just once again. There's no AT at the moment. I mean, fair enough, this on a Friday at 10 AM, so nobody actually going to be online this time of day. Right, Beacon online. And let us announce our pushback intentions.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 360 with service to France. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 15 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low and tight across your lap. Your tray tables and seatbacks must be in the full upright and locked position for departure. Flight attendants, please prepare cabin for departure and cross-check.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
Right, let's do it, shall we?
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brake released.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
And there we're going, shall we? I wouldn't mind finding a way to combine Toolbar Pushback with the other one I used to use. Pushback Zoomer. Well, Zoom's on that you use your voice, but with your business pre-plan, it would be a nice little combination there. So maybe one day. Unlikely, but maybe one day. Engine 2 starts.
To explain the emergency procedures on this British Airways aircraft. The captain and the crew are here for your safety. It is important that you pay
Right,
attention
so
and follow instructions carefully.
M2 up, fuel flow up,
First, check your seatbelt is
fuel
securely
temperature
fastened.
not in the
Insert
reds,
the metal tag into the
M2
buckle
slowly
and
increasing.
tighten by pulling on the loose end.
Wait for the engine to come available.
To unfasten, simply lift up the metal
Going with the
tag on
A320 Neo
buckle
is rated
and
for
pull apart.
joint and start,
You'll
but
find the seatbelt sign in the
we'll do it one
panel
at a
above
time.
your head.
Well, that was a bit of a ferocious turn there, thank you, Ground Crew. There you go, engine 2 available, engine 1 starts. Oh, they swung us around like anything. GG's more than that one.
When the sign is up.
Okay, pushback completed. Please
Tie
set your
them
parking
securely
brake.
in a double bow at your side.
Parking brake
Inflate your life
sets.
jacket when you leave
Parking
the
brake set.
aircraft. We will
Parking
supply
brake
life
set.
cots for
Lowering
babies
aircraft.
and life jackets for children. In the unlikely event
There
of
we
an
go, fuel flow
aircraft
started,
being
source temperature
emergency
increasing.
you'll be told to
Now
take
to the
your
N1.
Engine start. Clear to disconnect.
But
See
when
you at the
seated
side.
facing
Have a good
rearwards
flight.
in Club World, you
Holding
must
position
adopt
waiting
this
for the
position.
visual. Thank you and goodbye.
We'll now explain how to leave the aircraft in an emergency. Move quickly to the closest useful exit, taking nothing with you. High heel shoes must be taken off as they may tear the evacuation slide. Emergency lighting, including floor-level lighting, will help you find your way to the exits. These are clearly signed.
Almost there.
There are 2 exits at the rear of the aircraft and 2 at the front of each
Perfect,
cabin
engine
section.
available.
Your crew will
Lift
now point out the
ignition.
exits nearest to you.
APU off. Quick flight control
Open the
checks.
doors, move the handle in the direction of the red arrow. Opening the doors automatically
Starts with the elevators,
inflates the evacuation slides.
the ailerons,
The slides can also be
rudder,
inflated by pulling this handle.
and
Jump onto
the
the slide and
spoilers.
move away from the aircraft. If the aircraft has landed
Cool,
on
back to
water,
that.
these
That's the engine
slides
page.
detach
Taps down to
pull arms.
1. Spoilers arms, British Airways automatic. Yeah, right.
If necessary, blow into this mouthpiece to top up the air.
That's our
The
taxi
life jacket is
intentions.
fitted with a light and a whistle.
Taxi lights set. And
Your oxygen
parking
mask is
brake
behind the panel
released.
just above your head. If the cabin air system should fail, this will be released. Stay in your seat and pull the mask towards you to open your supply.
Like I said, the iniScene Heathrow scenery is an absolute work of art. Just needs a bit of love with the frame rates, just needs a bit more optimisation.
Some
If
areas
you can pull it off,
release the mask
then
by pulling on this coloured strip
definitely
knot.
something I can recommend.
If you're in a Club World sleeper seat, you may need to reach through the divider
I guess part of it's self-inflicted. I am running this at 4K rather than 1080p, but I'm not the only one. Well, and I'm not the only one that's reported lag of the scenery because other streamers themselves are also showing it as well. So it's a shame, because like I say, it does everything right. Just the frame rate is a bit of a kicking.
Remain off for the flight. Any items with a flight safe mode should have this feature enabled now. Some electronic devices can be used once we're airborne. Please check High Life magazine. Take care your hand baggage isn't blocking the aisles or exits.
Customs Bravo gets us onto Alpha.
Or in an overhead locker. But place items in the locker carefully.
Holding Alpha 4 for departure.
As we prepare for takeoff, please make sure that your tray table is put away, your seat is upright, and your armrest is down. Please stow your individual video screen and footstool if you have them. Finally, take a look at the safety card in the seat pocket. If you have any questions, please ask your crew. We hope you have a relaxed and enjoyable flight.
Right, safety brief completed. Just do our pre-calc checks. Water brake sets to max. Thank cabin crew. Signs are active. Cabin check. Spoilers are armed. Take a config test. Take a config normal. We are golden. So we're going to be a tiny bit behind in terms of departure. What, 16 seconds now till expected, so we'll be what, a minute or two behind? Not the worst delay in the world. Should be not on departure as far as passengers is concerned. Channel whereby there's no aircraft inbound at the moment. Next aircraft landing in about half an hour, so yeah, plenty of time, well, plenty of space around us to depart. It's an hour and 16 minutes airtime today, hour and 15 according to the passengers, or sim brief. Yeah, it should be a pretty standard flight, like I say, going to fly to Lyon. First I'll do is check into my hotel, and then I guess I'm just spend time in the city itself. Not going to go too far out. I've got tomorrow morning I've got flights down to Tunisia from the airport, so was it travel? I felt it was a Travelodge, which wasn't too bad for reviews, just about 10-minute walk from the airport. Or to do a shuttle service as well throughout the day, which is always handy. And the flight tomorrow leaves around 10 o'clock local time, so it's not super early either. I've got plenty of time to rest, relax and wake up. Once again, if you're just joining us now, there's a premiere live stream. Means I'm on board this aircraft right now as a passenger, flying from London Heathrow to Lyon. I used to do this for every single flight, but at the start of the year I got a bit busy, so I couldn't do, for example, the KLM and Air France flights. Tenerife was just way too long, 3-4 hours, with no time really to record them. And Napoli, I never really got around to doing. So it's been a while since I actually last properly recorded one of these real-world premiere flights. But people always enjoyed them. It was always an interesting way of doing things. Oh look, he's in a real plane, tracking himself from flight radar. How does he do it? It's the magic. So yeah, there'll always be discrepancies, for example, maybe departing on a different runway or departing in a different direction. But at least with the cruising bits of flights, there will be an opportunity to kind of see how close we can get it. It's also departure and arrival times. That's the other big thing to try and match up. Right. Alpha 5 on the left. Next one, Hour 1, Alpha 4. I will say the frame rate's not terrible today. Normally when I'm flying out of Seville and iniScene Heathrow, things are really, really slow. But this occasion, not actually terrible. Not great. It's been far worse. Has been far worse. Cabin crew, please take your seats for departure. So we've announced our take intentions on Unicom. Check the whereby there's no traffic around us. Start the chrono. Let's get out of here, shall we? Right, take off. Explore the engines. 1 and 2 stable. Flex 68, SRS runway, auto thrust blue, thrust set, 80 knots, 100, V1, rotate. Positive rates gear up. Not the best frame rate ever, but I've had worse. Throttle reduced to climb. And control the aircraft over to autopilots. Set spoilers. Up. There have it. Next stop, Lyon-Saint Exupéry. Passing through 4,000 feet. Uh, 6,000, that's fine. Transition altitude, send that to set. And what I will do is I will expedite climb, which I believe is just that button right there. There you go, metric, no, that's metric. It's going to be, no, that's, hang on, refamiliar myself with the 10, no, 737 is the button there, which allows you to continue to climb up through certain altitudes. I think in the case of the A320, you just reset the altitude as required. So you can hold 6,000 until max it. In this case of 250, level 270. So I'm no expert in this airplane. Fair enough, through the alternative way. Just want to direct to max it. Right. Okay, direct to Midhurst. I guess it's climbing. There we go. terms of my seats on board this aircraft today, I haven't pre-booked a seat. The cheapest paid for pick your seat was 12 quid, which is way too much for an hour and 10 minute flight, so on this occasion I have not pre-booked seats. I'm just going to go wherever the British Airways allocation algorithm gives me there. To be fair, last time was row 33E, which was the most ridiculous seat I've ever been on in an aeroplane. It's the last row of an A320, which has no window, it's a middle seat, and has no real view of the outside world. It's just darkness. There wasn't even lighting back that far, it was just dark. So, yeah, I'm not... Hopefully I went that particular one today. Why is our sim frozen? Why are you doing this silly flight sim? I'll give you a minute to catch up. There we go. No, passing 15,000, landing lights off.
Gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. You may now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder that you don't fast while you're seated and do not congregate in the galley or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be directed to a page to a small fee for internet access. We do offer complimentary in-flight communications to our partners. To connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be able to access our wide range of free live streams and HD libraries.
Cool, so climbing out, aircraft looking good. Let's, well, finally have ourselves a little bit of a chat. Because this trip, like I said, there's a few things that's coming up with it. So for now, just flying to Lyon. I've been to France several times. I've been to Lyon before, so it'll be the first time actually there. I'll have a chance to kind of look around and just be a tourist for a day. But it's the latter part of this trip that really excites me. So tomorrow I'm flying with TunisAir from Lyon to Djerba, and that will be on board a Boeing 737-600. There aren't many of those, there never were many of those to be fair. Most of them you'll find out in Canada. And to be fair, actually back in the day, Scandinavian, SAS, used to operate a huge fleet 736s. I say huge, what was it, 18, 19, 20 aircraft they had in their fleet, which, to be fair, for the scale of the fleet, is huge. I'll just take a screenshot there. Just have to bank the line. There you go. Yeah, so it's an aircraft that, I mean, I want to fly the entire 737 fleet family. Some of them will be easier than others. One of them is impossible, the 737-100. I don't think any of those ever going to find themselves airborne again. But I've been on the 737, 8 and 700s. I'm positive I've been on 737-400, but this was at least 10-15 years ago, so I've got no real memory of it. But I've definitely been on the 734 with EasyJets several years ago, and British Airways as well, maybe like 2002, 2003. So they're aircraft I've definitely been on. Just to have memory of, so I'd like to do it again at some point. It's tomorrow going to be on the 737-600, unless they have a schedule change. I hope they don't, because if I look at the flight radar for the flight historically, it's been. Let's have a quick look, just again double check what the old flight radar says for flights. Get a number. So my 73. Have a look. So tomorrow I'll be, because I've got two flights tomorrow. I've got TunisAir and TunisAir Express. The main one, TunisAir, that will be what's the ICAO code for them? Is it TU? Where's the flight number? Okay, T589. So yeah, if I pop open that, so yeah, previously 736, next flight 736. That's the flight time. It's scheduled. Well, flight time now 56. Get a good 2 hours on board the airplane. It's the route right there. So like I say, very excited for this because I've never been to Africa before. Never been out of Europe, so first one North Africa. And the airplane is, well, look at this thing. It's minute. It's the most adorable little thing in the world. So yeah, that's what we're on tomorrow, and I'm very excited for it. But for now, which finds ourselves on the standard 320, British Airways. I can't complain. I've flown British Airways several times, especially in the last year. They're a decent airline. Never really had an issue to shout for, to be fair. So, talk about the speed of air travel. When you come that far from Heathrow, barely flying. ETA showing at 10:25 Zulu, so looking at landing of approximately 50 minutes now, so it's UTC 9:34. So yeah, 50 minutes to as the crow flying, 1 hour to expected arrival. If I quickly put down to the FMS, 10:17 ETC. So actually, the expected arrival time on the FMS is actually quicker than that of the actual ETA as the crow flies. So as it stands, yeah, ahead of schedule. Should be getting in a bit early today, which should be very, very good for us, especially for me again in France. More time in Lyon, just kind of going to look around. I also want to try and ride a TGV train at some point. I've never been on TGV before. Of course, seen many documentary about how French train travel is the best in the world. Yes, all National Geographic shows. Yes, I've never actually been on TGV before. I've done Eurostar, I've done HS1 in the UK. I've never done Eurostar. Let's go through our passenger itinerary. Let's use on board our flight today, BA360. In fact, BA360, because we're flying over Brighton. Can we actually spot the BA360 at Brighton? That's it is... no, not really. Is that Brighton? Yeah. Oh, there you go. There's the BA360 tower. It's BA360 flying over BA360. Nah, the sponsorship actually is over now. The BA360 sponsor. So that what is it? The British Airways I360. It was a sponsored views thing. There you go. British Airways I360 viewing tower. I've never actually done it before. I need to do it at some point. But as far as I can tell, I don't know if they extended it or not, but a couple of weeks ago, there you go. Back in January, British Airways ended the sponsorship. There you go, November 2022. So then it will be renamed to whatever it's called. So fair enough. Fair play, British Airways actually going to lead to the marketing for it. Well, at some point, while it's still known as BA, because I've done the Emirates airline in in London, East London. That won't be sponsored by Emirates anymore either. Emirates leaving the sponsorship behind, so that's another thing that's going to need rebranding at some point. But I've done the Emirates airline. I think at some point I will need to do the British Airways 360 before I go and fly British Airways 360. So at some point I think I'm going to have to trip down to Brighton. It ain't too difficult for me. It won't cost too much either. Thanks to me working on the railway. So yeah, let's go through our passenger list. Let's see what our flight stats we're going to do. Satisfaction at 100%. Passengers are thrilled on board today. Well, you hope you would be when I'm on board. Any names you recognise, give us a shout and look at their stats. Yeah, nobody yet. Okay, if someone chats see someone, give us a shout and we'll have a look at their stats. But I don't think we get much in the way of... well, I can't show you the stats to be fair, because like I say, this is a premiere, not live stream. This isn't live, I'm afraid. This is all pre-recorded. Nobody them yet. Gina Stewart I recognise, but I can't remember from where. Henry Davies. That is a name I definitely recognise. No, not really any big names aboard today. A few that I get close to, but nobody concrete today. Oh well, not the end of the world.
Please look at the feedback for our list of complimentary and premium drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. Please note that we only accept credit cards.
So we're at level 270, supposedly our cruising altitude. We're not going to stick at this altitude at all. I'm looking at the web now. Is there any traffic or conflicts even close to the route we're on today? There's us now. That's London. The direct to Midhurst. Carry on. Nothing really in our way. Lyon has ATC actually at the moment, on a half hour, so we get some ATC on approach, which is really appreciated. This is an A330 flying into Chambéry. No, just a very peculiar route you've got there. Fair enough. Yeah, there's our flight, so British Airways, Super 41 Yankee. Again, I really like the pictures that they're introducing to the IVAO website. It's nice to show visually what an airplane is. Not every aircraft's gotten yet, so it's still expanding data. So it says tap at Air Portugal 320. You see Europe going to Gatwick. So yeah, not every single aircraft's got it yet. KLM 737. But hopefully in time we'll get a few more of those. I think do Ryanair actually have an image yet? No, they don't. Ryanair 73, which is a big one to add because a lot of flights will be Ryanair's. Which is actually, because you've got these stats, you've got to show you most your busiest airports at the moment at time of recording, you've got the connections online at the moment. I'd like to see if there's like a most popular airlines list. That would be pretty handy to know. Which airlines are the busiest in the aviation network? That would be quite good to know. So yeah, I'm going to level up to level 350. So I'll do that. The aircraft should hopefully 60 miles, 35 miles, yeah, that's fine, so we'll climb up as required. And what we'll do then is announce on Unicom as well that we are step and climb to level 350. Because 27,000 is just way too low for this leg. To be fair, what did was it 29,000 was level 290 we did when we did London to Zurich in the A320. Now I don't know if that's mainly just capability of the aircraft or that's just how it calculated it. But again, to be fair, this is a shorter flight. It's about half hour shorter this trip, so maybe the low altitude cruising actually makes sense. The 320 is more than capable of higher altitude, so we might as well use it. Use it to our benefits. Welcome to France. Welcome to France. It's a beautiful coastline, that. It's fields and cliffs, not just so much sandy beaches. A few little rural townships to keep everything going. Again, that's the beauty of Microsoft Flight Sim, the satellite imagery around the world, all streamed in. It may not be the highest resolution of pictures always, but I'm sure over the years when things optimise and resolutions increase, it can only really get better from there. Passing through level 310, 31,000 feet. Going to get benefit of high level cruise too, is that your airspeed increase and ultimately you get to destinations slightly faster. So just another reason to enjoy high speed cruise. A few screenshots of Volanta as well while I'm at it. So when I actually get to Lyon, I will have a look back at the Chassis streams. I'm interested if you guys have any ideas. I mean, I know there's a couple of you guys who watch these videos that actually come from Tunisia. So any tips you got, kind of things to do in Tunis, or how to get around from place to place out with ease, anything like that, greatly appreciated. It's a lovely country. From the UK especially, it hasn't been a tourist hotspot for years, so it'd be nice to have something a bit different. As always, I could have flown direct, I could have gone straight from Heathrow or Gatwick from Navigraph or British Airways to Tunis, or even Tunis Air direct as well. Would have been a wide body in A330. I've not done wide bodies yet, but I'm sure I'll get there one day. 737-600, however, just seems more fun because again, they're not very common aircrafts. I believe Tunis Air have retired a couple of them over the years. There's 2 left in their fleet, if I recall correctly. So we have to look at their history. Tunis Air fleet. Yes. So. At the moment, they feature A319s, A320s with nothing actually in order yet. 321, they've got one historically that's now gone. A330, they've got 2 330s. They've got no original 737s yet, so 225 will retire. What 200? Actually, yeah, whole family had a couple of them scrapped, some of them retired. They've got 2 736s in active service, 1 part, with 4 of them having retired, 4 of them scrapped. And then they've got 2 historical 737s and 8. So you can see they're getting rid of 737s. They're not the main aircraft in their fleet anymore, bar the 736. So they've got 2 remaining and 1 part, presumably, at some point soon, to get rid of. Yeah. So parked since 21. It's actually their newest of the aircraft, so potentially parking that for life restoration, get it extended in the future. We'll see. So I can either find myself on India Oscar November or India Oscar Kilo, Kairan or Utique, and Gem currently in rest. But you can see that they've retired virtually all their 737s. They had a 74SR. Really? It's a Qatari aircraft. At least it was a Qatari aircraft. The old Ram logo. Fair enough, LSR. So yeah, it's a short range 747-100, that. Or 200 or 300. Short range 74. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'll say they're slowly retiring the 73s now. So the 7316, the last aircraft in their fleet for their not so busy routes. It's nice to try and pick one of those up before they retire them. And because Scandinavian retired their 737-600s back in 2019, I think it was either 18 or 19, it was late 2010s. So Tunisia, the final operator left in Europe. Still a couple examples out in Canada that serve Northern Territories, but it's slowly disappearing now. The 736 slowly disappearing. And hopefully on this occasion, no booking flights mid-through videos. Because for those who watched the previous premiere I did from Zurich down to London Luton, flew EasyJet on that flight, pretty good flight overall, times actually matched up pretty well. Ends up booking myself an Air Baltic flight mid-video because it just worked out price-wise and time-wise a really good deal when I go to Finland later this year. So on July the 1st, I'm off to Finland. I spent 6 days there on July 6th. But yeah, I was looking around the price. I was talking to you guys about the process it takes to booking flights. I was talking about what my next trip was going to be because I said I need to go to Finland again, see a few friends out there. But I didn't want to, well, I couldn't do Volanta because, fair enough, as convenient as it is getting straight there, the stopover in Milan and going that way around was way too long for me. So I need to get to Tampere around midday afternoon. It's not too late, but given my friend's working, didn't have to be super early either. Has your connection flight because Ryanair do fly direct from London to Tampere Stansted, but only on a Saturday, which is also Saturday midnight, which is way too late for me. So departs Stansted at 10 PM, arrives at midnight. See, that was too late. And going via Helsinki, either really expensive for the morning flights, or if I flew there, kind of land around 4, 5, 6 PM anyway. So in the train tickets and everything else as well, pricing probably about the same as well. So it just worked out that if I just stop over in Oslo, spend a couple hours in Oslo, which to be fair is on the way anyway, just still works out quite nicely. Flying over Paris. The sign just slowly making its way into our scene. We should get a good view of the airport, given that we're flying more over the city centre this time. So there's Charles de Gaulle. Paris Orly. There's Orly. Just too far from the Eiffel Tower to get a good view of that, but that's where it would be. Okay, once again, find ourselves flying overhead Paris. I'll keep every time I fly into Europe, releasing my couple couple of recent trips, I always find myself in Paris. I don't know why I keep getting back here. It tracks like a magnet, but we're back again. Oh, if you want, we can do it in style. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look to our left hand side now, you'll also be spotting Paris on our left hand side. Right now, find ourselves at 35,000 feet, flying at around 480 miles per hour. So far, ahead of schedule about 5-10 minutes. We're looking to turn in around 30-35 minutes or so. Still clear skies around us, no winds being reported. Nice and warm, 18 degrees centigrade on arrival. Notice the weather as we closely get there. Once again, left hand side, now flying over Paris. So if we put that down as a point of interest, ladies and gentlemen, if you look to our left hand side now, we'll also be spotting Paris on our left hand side. Right now, that's 35,000 feet, flying at around 480 miles per hour. So far, ahead of schedule by about 5-10 minutes. It's around 30-35 minutes or so. Still clear skies around us, no wind being reported. 18 degrees centigrade on arrival. And the sniffling, by the way, that's not me. The sniffling is actually the passengers hearing them. They don't have PACX or the what do you call it? PACX or the FlyByWire passenger sounds, because those like FlyByWire have their own passengers now. There you go, a little bit extra that you get with our PACX. Plus passengers, give them updates on the location and satisfaction. Well, we're still holding that 100% right now. If we make it on time arrival, then I've got no doubt that this will be one of our most satisfied flights ever from a passenger perspective. It's been really good so far. Really good. Like I say, I don't have very big seats. I'm going to let Ryanair's British Airways Red Allocation sort me out. Any of these seats would be with me on it. Any single one of them. We've dropped 99% below standard now. That's it. End the flight. Right, so we go to our destination now. Probably a good time to start plugging our approach. Pressing runway 35 left on the move 5 November arrival. So have that reached? Impossible. I hope we've not reached it. Runway 35 left on the ILS. In fact, we've got AT, don't we? So we refer to the ATIS 2 seconds. ATIS, Lyon. Arrive runway, it's 35 right actually, so yeah. I'll raise that, 35 right, we arrive on. So arrival 35 right, and this will be on the new 5 November approach. Let's set that. Those continuities. So yeah, top percent not for another 60, about 75-ish miles at top percent. Got a little bit early, given the last A320 we did have to hold at Abbott's on the approach to Luton. Fingers crossed, trying to do it this time without any extra holds required. Put the charts up for approaches. That's the move 5 and November arrival. Runway 35 right. And taxi charts. Since we do have the controller on right now, so we'll be going to a stand. And it's coming from Moo, having Moonlands north there. Down towards Lesby to Dirba, Talar, and Talar, hopefully. Yeah, it's going to find to the north, so yeah, that's going to be a slightly extended approach. We'll fly south of the airport, presumably on vectors, and then left hand turn to the runway. 35 minutes expected arrival, so it was 10 minutes ahead of the schedule, so I think they're going to be pretty much just an on-time landing. We're going to see what the airport's going to do. If I zoom in a little bit and check out the steps. So there's the move by approach. And Talar. Yeah, it's a tightish turn, but as long as we get level by top of the intercepts, I guess that's the bit that really matters. We'll see. So we've got a few minutes to go now. Top percent's at Aleppi. Top percent means it's in about just 10:07. It's now about 7 minutes till top percent. 7 minutes to go. So while we're here as well, to our performance, print out an updated weather sheets. Let's see weather requests send. It's information Foxtrot on the ATIS, Lyon-Saint Exupéry, sorry. Got to get pronunciation right for that one. Received new prints. 17 centigrade requirements. Nice and warm. Right, so next phase, QNH 1023. Temperature 17 centigrade. Winds reporting 340 to 8 knots. Transition altitude in France is 78. It does not, so charts. Transition altitude at 5,000. And barometer minimum today will be 1260. So approach be 130, landing 125, nice and steady. Good to go. the Skylines I'm about to depart very shortly. Be on to Paris. There's us. Making good progress at the moment. It's nice and steady. It's even departure about to go out as well. They're flying to Stockholm, Arlanda, speed by 786. Check the IS, so it's 11475, course is sorry, 1115, course 354. Lima Sierra November is the identifier. Yeah, Lima Sierra November 115354, that's fine. Sorry, it's the VOR, that's 11475. Like so. NSC. Lyon-Saint Exupéry, thank you very much. Now do flip over the VOR, 135 miles to go, an arrow points in the direction of the airports. What I might also do it's 174 degrees. So the last waypoints we get to before the turn off will be Talar. Talar. Yeah, it's fine. So if I take Talar, 174 degrees for say 250 miles. So I can then do is extends that course parallel to the runway. Make sure that's at an altitude appropriate for landing, and then left hand turn, box ourselves into the approach. So top of that will be the same points. By Talar we should be at it needs to be at 3000 by Drawyah apparently, which is there, so we'll see. So we'll let the aircraft manage our descent for us on VNav. But at least by extending the flight plan, it just gives us a bit more time to do things we need to do. That means better than having 6 hours on a holding loop for how long, which will be over Talar. So if we need to hold, it will be Talar, course 121 degrees, anti-clockwise. But we'll determine that when we get there. So we've got a few minutes left to go. Top descent in about, well, a minute now. Actually, just start it now. Glide slope intercepts at 3,000 feet. So quickly announce that we're going to start our descent. For that. 3,000 feet. Start our descent. Right, next stop Lyon. So start set now, landing in about 25 or so minutes. And so far so good in the airplane, informing us very, very well indeed. And for me, I get to Lyon, get straight in, well, walk down to the hotel, check myself in, drop my bag off, and then head into the city centre for the evening. Well, for the entire day actually, not just the evening, I'll be there for the entire day. Do what I need to do, head back to the hotel, ample time to sleep for an early flight next day. Hopefully get these get some videos recorded as well for the 736. I mean, fair enough, British Airways 320, pretty standard stuff, nothing to really shout about. But it's the other legs that I need to should get recorded. I look at the map actually, the the flight we're doing pretty much parallel to what we did last time. So this is the easy 4204 we did from Zurich a couple of days ago even. Really good flight. Some of the screenshots were absolutely fantastic. There's Paris again from the east, as opposed to our Paris from the west view. I adore this simulator, I really do. Yeah, it's got 4 likes on Heathrow screenshots. There that's on the pushback. I do adore this sim. It's got its quirks, it's got its problems, but it's faithful. It does its job. Crossing through 30,000 feet. Only a rate of 2,200 feet per minute, so we're actually doing a really good descent rate at the moment. And we are on the lower part of the speed requirement as well, so actually down to 270 knots. We've been between 27 and 310 without the aircraft having to take any extra action. It's doing alright being at the moment. It's actually doing a really, really good job at that. Nose is pretty much level, like what, 1-2 degrees down? Yeah, nose is absolutely fine. Passing through level 270, 27,000 feet. So far, so good. So the next point we're reaching is going to be Amani, 50 miles to Amani, should be at level 200. We're slightly above that, I think, but won't be too far off it. So having that extended flight path drawn up did make a lot of sense actually. What's the course we're doing right now? We're doing a heading of where is it? 174. So 84 degrees one needs to do to cut across. We'll actually flex that later on. So that'll be for when we finish flying parallel to the runway and are ready to fly back towards the runway heading. Very short bit of Moulins points. So to start. So far, now progressing well at the moment. airport to our left hand side. Not sure which airport. Is that an airport? Yeah, I see a runway there. Not sure which airport that is, but it's an airport to our left. That is Sanyan. Does it have any schedules? No, there are no scheduled flights there. It's more just a regional airfield that, but there you go, Sanyan. Right, so we are right now. Ooh, what about that? Reduce down to stick at 270 for now, I guess. Yeah, so we're about 2,000 feet above where we need to be at the moment, so not far off the altitude requirements. As we enter the start, we need to be at flights level 148, so 14,800. Again, 10 miles to drop about 8,000. We do about 2,000 feet per. Actually, about 1,000 feet per mile. Translate into minutes. We'll get there in 16. So we'll get there in 2 minutes. We need to be at about 5,000 feet per minute to make that. Yeah, not going to happen. The aircraft's doing a good job managing it around 2,000 at the moment. Now we'll take the extended downwind. I've already drawn it up, why not actually use it?
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
We update on Unicom that we are now passing level 190 on the 5 November approach. Now from the north. Is that the airport? No, it's not. Airport's just a bit out of view at the moment. So let's be 13,000 to be so. Tell you what, no, we are catching up with the altitude requirements. So we get to that last bit, approaching 3,000. That's when we need to really worry about the height of our aircraft. Now flying over Rouen, city in the small city in the centre of France. Because when I planned this trip, I actually had an alternative. I mean, I could have. I've chosen Lyon as my place for the 76th departure, but I could have flown on Thursday, so one less day in Tunisia, out of Marseille, because 736 operates in France out of Lyon and Marseille. Sometimes Paris as well, but that's like once a month, if that. More often than not, Marseille or Lyon. So I chose Lyon because it's one, a slightly longer flight, and two, actually price was slightly cheaper for the longer flights. Also, I get an extra day in Tunisia, because if I'm going to somewhere, I guess, exotic as that, I might as well spend the time there as well. So I could have opted for Marseille as my connection point for 7.3. In the end, I opted to stick with Lyon. Probably the right decision, to be fair. Lyon's a beautiful city in its own right. Marseille. So Marseille, I'm sure I'll do it at some point as well in the near future. The place I want to go to, south coast of France. Very, very scenic. So yeah, something that I'll look into in the future. So the satellite imagery out here ain't the sharpest. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. Just a few pictures, I guess. As long as Lyon is nice and crisp itself. Passing through 10,000, and lights on. Set local altimeter being, sorry, not that hiatus. Oh, they just disconnected, Lyon. Really? It's the second time now, 80 on arrival disconnects, just moments before. The same thing happened at Zurich when I flew to Zurich near A320. There's ATC throughout the entire flight, and the moment we make our approach, boom, they're gone. Okay, I'll see how it is. Right, altimeter 1023. What can I say? So sure that's we're going a bit too fast now. He's below 250. We'll just control back to the aircraft. Yeah, speed limit exceeded. Whoopsie. Thank you, plane. Spoilers out to help slow down. Landing systems on and on. Go to 250 now, get rid of spoilers. Yeah, we should be looking at getting ourselves to 3,000 feet at some points in the next couple of moments. I guess spoilers out just again, so the airplane down a bit further, I think. We're going to limit our rate of descent until we get to that 220 points. Should manage everything else quite nicely for us. There we go. Rate of descent increases. Can also use flaps in a minute if we need to, just to help us slow down even further, increase the lift and push the nose down. For now, we'll leave it as it is. So yeah, flying into Lyon-Saint Exupéry, there are two other Lyon airports. You've got the original Lyon-Bron airports. So down south, we've got Lyon-Corbas, which is more of a GA field. So Bron used to be the main commercial airport until they built Saint Exupéry a couple of years ago. And then Corbas has just been a leisure port to the south of the airport, with easy access to places like Marseille and Nice. passing through 7,000. Now flying parallel to the runway at Lyon. Fly parallel until we get to about maybe 4,000 feet. Make the left hand turn, box ourselves in, and make approach onto runway 35 right. Not too long to go now. No ATC to guide us, so I'll just do it all on Unicom. Open the replay. Passing through 5,000. I like that. Actually uses the instant time as well. So yeah, Tuesday, April 26th. It's the local time in Zulu. So it's not using system time. It uses in-sim local time. I like that. Very handy for well, because like this, where you're not quite flying real time. A bit of terrain ahead of us. So we really need to get 3,000 at this point. Let me let's do this instead. That's one.
$2,500.
Cleared the terrain without any problems. Nothing on 3,000 now, but so maybe it was a good idea we didn't go in a straight line path there. We'll be landing within the next 10 minutes. Level at 3,000. It's on the low side, but some interesting terrain around here. Nothing 135. So you tend to reveal on itself to our left hand side now, that's Lyon. And that is that Bron or St Exupéry? There's a stadium. I think that's Bron. St Exupéry just slightly further out. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to try and fly beyond that Foxtrot 35 right marker, make a left hand turn, get ourselves onto a position where we can intercept the glide slope. So I'm going to skip or bypass that point, I don't really need it anymore. Already altitude 3000 feet, that's fine. We'll start to slow down very shortly as well. As soon as we find ourselves on more of an acute angle for that last waypoint, it's easy for us to establish on the localizer, and then everything else will just kind of fall into place from there. I think actually what I'll do is rather than using the vectors, the heading selector, I'll let the LNAV get ourselves centered on the runway, and that will be far more accurate than capturing localizer at this point. There's Corbus. 10 miles away from the actual insets marker, 13 miles from the airport to our left-hand side. Cabin, brakes to low, spoilers armed. Finger at ready. So you're about parallel with it now. A little bit further. Oh, that should do. So that's. Zoom in 10 miles. Right, so let's do this, shall we? Not sure what the aircraft's aiming to do, but it's not what I've got in mind. Not the straightest approach I've done ever, but it will do. It will certainly do. Right, so inside the glide slope, just beyond the start of the glide slope. Shadow descent, try and get ourselves in line with the diamonds at a slightly better moment. Start to slow down. Airplane 050, get ourselves better angle onto the localizer, which will now turn on. On the approach mode. That's 2. Gear down. Cabin crew, please take seats for landing. Cabin crew, please take seats for landing. let's do it, shall we? Next run final, 35 right. Aircraft sends down to glide slope. That's 4 for landing. And dual channel approach. So it's quite a short runway, 35 right, but that is what the latest read, or runway 35 right, so stick with it.
500. 100 above. 300.
Brakes to medium. Water pipe activates, final control.
$200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5. 5.
Versus sets. 100 knots, 80 knots, 6 knots versus cut, break it right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lyon.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Lights
welcome
off,
to France. The
APU
local time
starts,
is 12:36 p.m.
Looks like
and it's
sets.
currently about 8 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when
Not bad that,
overnight
not bad at all.
items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us and we hope
A
to
bit
see you again.
messy, the approach in some parts, wasn't the smoothest. So to be fair, again, aircraft managed descent alright, just the routing I think got a little bit off. Would have been nice if you had DTC for the well, 2000 only a tower control, so no real vectors on there, just the clearance to land. But it's not the end of the world. I'm sure in real life I'll fly with a little more manager around the different stages of descent. Let's cross 35 left. Make way over to the terminal building. Now I enjoyed that flight. Really enjoyed it. Make a left on to Tango. Using Tango gets to the stands Romeo 1 taxi down. I'm just going to figure out which stand has all the ground services available for us to then hook onto at the terminal. Until GSX comes online for us to follow faithfully somewhere at the airport, there's always one stand with 4 ground services available. Pushback tug, but only a pushback tug, nothing else with it. Should be full set of services. Notice there's set of stairs as well, but again, not really surrounding anything. A couple of catering vehicles, a few jet bridges over there. I think that's our stand there. I see catering, conveyor belts, luggage. that. Let's look at our terminal today. I'm only making use of defaults in Lyon. Don't have any scenery. So I couldn't find any scenery to this one. There is an Orbex one I haven't actually got. I do have a scenery actually for the other Lyon airports. Lyon, I've got from Red Wing Sim. So I haven't actually got. I haven't got anything for the main Lyon airport. So maybe one day I'll try to find something for that. Just has a chrono before I forget. So we landed an hour 42 late, which to be fair, when we departed, I think about a minute, 2 minutes behind schedule anyway, so flight itself was exactly an hour 15, see, with even late chrono finish, now 16 on the clock, which is a little bit behind on departure, which is a bit behind on arrival, but as far as I'm concerned, that was an on-time flight. Even if the PACX statistics will show this as another late arrival. Right. I believe it's going to be that marking for the ones. Let's see, not some of these default airports, the ones and the positions, everything's all over the place. Yeah, ground vehicles just thrown about everywhere. You want me to push to the right? It's not going to happen. Sorry, one person. I'm going to ignore you. Next down the line. I presume the AFCAD is facing that way as a step. But, do I go any further? It's really tight thanks to the way you've parked stats. That'll have to do, I guess. Parking brake set. AP bleed on. And engines off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lyon. Low time right now is 20 to 12. Temperature side 18 degrees centigrade. Clear skies all around. We thank you, flying British Airways. Hope you enjoyed your flight aboard of us today. And we hope to see you again in the very near future. Cabin crew, this one also cross check please. Thank you for flying with us today. There's an A320 taxi behind us. Figure out who that is in a second. That is well, it's coming from Geneva just now. Coming from the north and south. Yeah, short little flights. Fair enough, just private, house-coloured Airbus A320. So here's our approach path. There's another approach coming in just now from Amsterdam as well. All of a sudden, getting really busy here at Lyon. Right, it comes off. Take quick screenshots for the Volanta. And also, if you're on the Microsoft Flight Sim Facebook group, then, well, the big one that there is Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 Airbus Studios. I'm adding that group, and all my screenshots in a 4K resolution will pop up on there. So if you're on Facebook, then do feel free to join the group and check out what I upload. These will be uploading on the day I actually flew these trips, so there'll be a few days on there already. But I don't know, a lot of people seem to really enjoy my screenshots, and I'm glad they do. They're not the best in the world, but you got a good, I've got an eye for some of these things. I did photography in college for 3 years, so I've got an eye for some spots. And yeah, just overall some really good scenes that do pop up. Watch the KLM land since they're on a short final now. Should get you visible to us very shortly. Now it's on the web eye. So they've been set to the guide slope. It should be on the path down now. I'll say a few more hills than I was expecting there in Lyon for the flatter ground, but it's not terrible. But it should be easy enough to walk around. That's not a problem for me. Now where is this KLM? Because the A320, they're going to park in the remote stands. KLM 1413. Establish the localizer. Only about a minute. Onto our own passengers. We're currently deboarding the aircraft. Only a few left on board. I'll be one of the last passengers to park. Because then, when it comes to deboarding airplanes, I've never seen a need in just rushing off an airplane. And you're all going to go through security anyway. You're going to get stuck regardless. No point rushing through. Just wasting your own time, stressing yourselves out. Or rather, sit on the airplane an extra 5 minutes. Make sure I'm fully rested and ready to get going, I guess. Now, where is this KLM? Why can I not see you? There they are. There they are. Yeah, KLM 737-800. Down from Amsterdam. 1413. Right, this embarkation is complete. Thank you, cabin crew. The flight report's been about a minute. Very nice from the KLM there, nice and steady. Nice and steady. Quite high pitch angle of attack there. That's going to be a tail strike if he's not careful. There we go. You just realised that. Pitch nose down. Fair enough. Another happy landing. Welcome to Lyon. Right, back to our aeroplane. Let's do our own shutdown. Actually, I say our own shutdown. In reality, this aircraft will now be heading back to Heathrow very shortly. Just under around a few minutes, passengers embarking, new passengers aboard, and then push back and off it goes. Let's make sure that all flights finished. Distance from IVAO, now that we are finished with the ATC. And the flights. The reports are BA360, A320 from London to Lyon. 1 hour and 20 minutes flight time, so yeah, 3 minutes ahead of schedule. Late departure, but got up time. Plan departure 20. Well, this is local time, so 21:26. Plan arrival 36:38. So we did pick up time. 1.5 passengers, satisfaction 96%. Landing rate 157. Block time 1:27. Cool. Soft landing. Otherwise, all positive from the cabin. So distance from everything, that's fine. Let's allow the replay. Let's have a whoops. Before we do that. Let me do the exit, so I'm going to push replays the doors open. It's never a good sign. Right, A320 at Lyon. Let's stick ourselves in the passenger seats. Do the clearing. Boom and boom. And we'll do that view, that, and hopefully that. Short final on 320. Pretty stable pressure at this point on, nothing really to worry about for the last couple of minutes. Animations to catch up. And touchdown was at 157 feet per minute, was it? It's 157, so even landing was pretty smooth in any regard. So nice and steady, short final in, and Touchdown. Yeah, nice and steady landing. Nothing for me to really comment on. Just same for the left-hand sides. So we're now on the highway below. Steady approaching. I'm fairly sure Lyon does have a railway station, so definitely taking a train to city centre. Don't think I use the bus option. Head to the train station, and then train into the place. Like I say, first of all, I'll walk down to the hotel, check myself in, 10 minutes walk, and then head back to the airport, then catch the train through. Shouldn't take too long to say, it's a nice simple walk, based on Google Maps, what I've seen. I was going to say, even right now, I mean, this is me previewing the place I'm going to on Flight Sim before I even get there. It's a beautiful bit of scenery, this. There's a lot to look at, a lot to enjoy. Short final in, nice and steady. Love the ground molding around the airport as well. That's really well done. The different levels of the terrain and the roads. There we go. Short final. No, really? Well, that's that then. That's annoying. Right, well, that was London Heathrow to Lyon. That was the FlyByWire A32NX. That was a big shame. Okay, fair enough. I had to crash in the end somewhere, did it? It's all the bad memory, couldn't read, fair enough. Well, that's that then. So, like I say, tune in tomorrow. We got 2 flights, the 737-600 in Tunisia and a ATR 72 in Tunisia Express. So, I need to record those at some point soon. I should easily do it before I go. Got another, what, a week until I travel? 2 weeks? Yeah, so, I guess that's the end of that. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Do subscribe if you're not already. Thank you very much for watching. And, yeah, I'll see you soon for some more Flight Sim action. Take care, have a good one, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Of course, had to go.